Well, questions are being raised about an approach police are using in Taranaki to crack down on cannabis. They've released pamphlets in the region encouraging people to dob in their neighbours if they spot any suspicious activity related to cannabis growers. It warns people that growers won't hesitate to use their property for growing, and that other crimes such as theft and burglary are often committed to fund cannabis habits. Well, let's get a bit more on this now with Newshub reporter Zane Small. Kia ora, Zane. Hey, this was all brought to your attention today, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and I contacted the police to check that this pamphlet was legitimate, and they said it was actually sent out to people in Taranaki. Let's be clear, cannabis is illegal. We all know Kiwis narrowly voted against legalising it in 2020. Not counting, of course, medicinal cannabis that can be described. But remember, the government changed the law in 2019 to specify that police should consider a health approach over prosecution for illegal drug possession. And so that's got drug law reform advocates raising questions about whether the police should be using their limited resources to crack down on cannabis as opposed to more harmful drugs like methamphetamine. And last month, the police confirmed to me they would be carrying out more cannabis aerial raids this summer, and that's budgeted at nearly $1 million, which is about $300,000 more than the previous season. And one of the biggest critics of this is Green MP Chloe Swarbrick. I asked her today what she thought about the pamphlets we've been looking at.
I'm really finding it hard to reconcile the focus here when we have reporting night after night on the evening news and a huge amount of community concern about other forms of crime.
OK, as well as Chloe, you've also spoken to a criminologist about this. What did they have to say?
Yes, her name's Fiona Hutton. She's an associate professor at Victoria University in Wellington. She says she has concerns about police encouraging people to contact them if they observe suspicious activity relating to cannabis growing. And she says she thinks that's not an appropriate way to be enforcing our drug laws. Here's what she had to say.
This is only going to be punishing people for using a relatively harmless plant-based medicine as well. So I think it's quite outrageous, really. And just before Christmas as well, it's like, welcome to the Christmas spirit. Dob in your neighbours if you think that they're growing cannabis.
Now, a police spokesman told me they regularly engage with their communities around crime prevention and said this is no different. They said they had no further comment to make on this. And the Police Minister's office also told me this is purely a police operational matter.
OK, thanks so much for that, Zane.